Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. And today we're going to play skivvy waivers and talk about belaying this line. We're up on the O3 level, the flag bridge, and in addition to being where a flag officer, an admiral, would command a fleet from, it's also where a lot of our nonverbal communications, like using signal flags, is happening from. You'll find out very quickly reading about Navy lingo that sailors are not creative when it comes up with naming things. So, this structure here is the flag bag. It's where all of our signal flags are. You put your signal flags on the line, you hoist them up, and then you have to make this line off somewhere so that they're just not flapping in the breeze. The way you do that dates all the way back to the oldest types of sailing ships with rigging and that sort of stuff. Like this goes back to ancient times. So you're going to use a pin rail, which on most sailing ships is made out of wood, has holes cut into it, has wooden pins in them called belaying pins. And that's what this aluminum piece is supposed to be. As originally built, New Jersey had these really nice brass belaying pins that were just spun on a lathe, and they were threaded at the bottom with a nut so that they couldn't be removed. Seems like those disappear. We've been donated some by Vietnam crew members, so I suspect they're taken as souvenirs as the ship is decommissioned. So by the 1980s, it seems like they didn't have any around, which is why they just made these real simple aluminum pins for the rail. Anyway, the important thing is that you get like this sort of T arrangement. So now we've got our line. The most important thing is to see what direction the line is coming from. If the line is over here, we don't want it to belay so that it's crossing itself. So this line comes down on this side of the pin, which means we're going to start on this side of the pin and not cross the pin and do it on this side. We're going to put it around the bottom here. You always want to go top right to bottom left. So top right to bottom left, like that. Which means that coming in on the bottom right, we're going to make almost a full loop before we go top right to bottom left. But before we do that, once you get the line on here like this, it's now kind of locked in place, but it's not tight yet. So once you have this in place, you can really use the pin as leverage to crank that out. Now it's good and taut like a guitar string. So we're starting to get to the point where it looks like it's going to be crossing the pin like that. So if this was any further over this way, we would not be belaying it this way. We would be belaying it around the other side of the pin. But since it's still on this side of the pin, we're going up. So it's top right to bottom left, and from here, now that we're going in the right direction, we're going to do this X pattern. You're always doing top right to bottom left because traditional lines are braided in a clockwise fashion, so they naturally twist that way. Normally for something like this, you want to take 2 full turns around it, and then on the third turn, you're going to twist it like this, and then slide that under the other 2 and pull it tight. And now it's really locked into place. So you often have way more line than you need. Here you can see I've got this whole bundle here. And if we had flags on here, this would be making it even longer, so I'd have an even bigger bundle than I have now. So at this point, you would put on the deck and you would coil it, again, clockwise, because that's normally how the twist of the line goes. This type of line isn't really like that, but you do it like that with every line because the majority are coiled or are braided like that. So it's just one of those things for tradition. And once you've got it coiled, you're going to take up most of the slack here, pull that through as a loop, put it over the top, and now your line is hanging there nice and clean and out of the way. Am I filming this video more for my coworkers who don't know how to do this and I'm tired of coming up here and cleaning this all up? Yes, Do you get to watch it too? Yes. This was literally the first thing I learned on July 6th, 2006, when I first started working on museum ships. My very first day on the job, my boss at the time, Stan, former Marine, took me on board Constellation, so Civil War era sailing ship, and showed me how to put up the flags, how to belay the lines, how to do all that stuff. And as a 16-year-old kid from Baltimore who'd never really been sailing before, it was all news to me. But after that first day of him showing me, it's been second nature ever since, and it drives me crazy to find the lines messed up. What basic seamanship skills do you think I should cover next? And then put in a passive-aggressive email to all my coworkers. Let us know in the comment section down below. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, as well as from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. There's a link in the description below for ways you can donate to support the museum. You can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find out about the museum and our channel. Thanks for watching.